It's supposed to fade in and look really cool, but it didn't fade, it just cuts, and it's like a jump scare. Hello everybody and welcome to the WHO Bulletin, episode number 2. Oh my god, George managed to do a project 2 weeks running. Welcome to the WHO Bulletin. This is you're the best Doctor Who news show. The only Doctor Who news show where your presenter will eat a pork pie every single week. Because he hasn't got enough time after work before he starts streaming to have some sort of snack so he's not starving and low on energy. But welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day. Today we are talking about music. But before we do that, I'm talking to you lot. Hello! Welcome! Welcome to the stream. Let's say hello to you, lovely lot. Who's in the chat today? The Underhedge. First good question, actually. I'm guessing there are no actual leaks here. Might have to mute. No actual leaks. We're not going to be hearing any official new themes. I've got a recreation kind of vibe, and I've got some descriptions of the music, and we'll talk about those and what they could mean, and just how, just get giddy about how exciting new Doctor Who Murray Gold music is. But no actual leak stuff. Gary the BBC fan, welcome. Alternate 13th and Doctor Master. The infamous 2 here every time. Welcome to the stream again. Lovely to see you guys. Thunder King 24, Logstrom, welcome. Gary the BBC fan, the Hooligans, Adam Purton, PRTN, whatever. Hooligans again, Matthew Scott, Adam Hassel, welcome. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Love to see the pork pie is back. Everyone does. I really honestly tried today to have these before I started streaming, because I don't like doing it on camera, because it's just weird at this point, but it's become like a meme, so it's fine. I just don't like, I don't mind eating on stream. What I don't like is the silence that precedes it, and just the silent noise of me chewing. Oh my god, did we cut out? Oh my god. Says I got a notification from OBS there being like, your stream disconnected. The pork pie was too much for everyone. Pork pie packaging that's branded with the Bulletin logo, sponsored by George Sheard. Wouldn't that be amazing? I need to find a pork pie company and just get some sort of brand deal going there, I've got a drink. I've got a drink of Monster Energy Lewis Hamilton edition for some reason. Now I know what Lewis Hamilton tastes like. Ignore that. If you create an eating on stream compilation, I won't stop you. Welcome Shauna Cullen. Welcome Fan YT. Welcome to the stream. Dr. Ash, of course. If you were the Doctor, would you have a sonic screwdriver? If I was the Doctor, yes, I would. But I wouldn't like to. Does someone knock on my door? I heard a knock there. I don't like the use of the sonic screwdriver. I prefer to sort of leave that out and not really do it, because it's sort of one of those things where it becomes a bit... depends how it's used. I don't like the way Jodie's era used it, with the whole... And it was in every... it was always a get-out-of-jail-free card. I don't really like that, but it's used in other eras like that as well. It's not just Jodie's era, it's just the most recent one, for example, but... I like the fact that the Capaldi's era destroyed it for a bit, and they had the sunglasses, which basically did the same thing, but they were used a lot less, because they couldn't be used in a lot of the same ways. And I quite like that. I don't mind that. I quite like that a little bit. Was there a knock at the door? Am I going mad? Probably one of my flatmates realising that I'm live streaming. Mental. Anyway, yeah. No, I probably wouldn't. And it's out of a mix. But if I was the Doctor, yeah, I probably would want one, because it gets me out of every situation, doesn't it? I mean, it's not very entertaining for TV, but it works practically. Anywhere. Anywhere? Anyway. Oh, and they've just announced some new Doctor Who news, so let's cut to that, because that's probably, like, quite important. They've announced the Doctor Donna-thon. So if you haven't seen this, this is, like, brand new. This came out, like, at 6 PM, so about an hour ago. They're basically going to be doing a watch-along with everyone, starting on the 4th of November, which is a Saturday. It's interesting. So the 4th of November, they're going to be doing a Doctor Donna-thon thing, and they're going to come up with a full schedule, basically, about all the Doctor Who episodes with David Tennant and Donna Noble, basically. Pretty much all of Season 4, I would have thought. Maybe the End of Time Part 1 and 2 as well. I'm not really sure. But that'll be happening on the 4th, and then we've got 3 dates in November following it, one of which coincides with the 60th anniversary. So I'm expecting now that the Star Beast will air on the 11th of November. Wild Blue Yonder, there we go, will air on the 18th. And The Giggle will air on the 25th, right after the 60th. And something different will air on the 60th. Maybe a full documentary or something like that. I'm not really sure. But I'm assuming that'll be the case. And also, if you're in the UK and you're over 18 years old, you can go to a special competition on BBC iPlayer. And you can, that's not it. You can, I am getting a knock at the door, hang on, give me a second. It's a bit of an interesting one. Sorry about that. I probably should have done like a BRB kind of thing. So that, yeah, just for sort of human context there. The reason that was sort of an urgent thing was rent. Rent and contracts and living, so I kind of needed to sort that out ASAP, really. So yeah, it's all good news. I just had to be there to sort of go, yeah, we need to sign that ASAP. Cool, I agree to this. Let's go. So that's good. yeah, anyway, where were we? I don't know where we were. Sorry, that's really like thrown me. That's really unprofessional. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a human-y thing, isn't it? I'm not blending in very well, am I? Joel, can you shut the fuck up for like a minute, man? Anyway, what I was saying is, yes, if you are in the UK and you're over 18, you can go over here to sign in to this thing. I'm going to sign in. Fantastic. Oh, it actually doesn't show it on the screen. Isn't that amazing? Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what I'm not going to do, and that is show my phone number. So we're going to just cut out of here. I'm going to apply right now, put my name in, put my email address in, put my phone number in. And then it says, it's got a question. On the day of her first wedding, what colour tie was Donna's husband-to-be wearing? Burgundy, blue and black stripes, green and navy tartan, or yellow and blue spotted? A bit strange, because I could just Google it. Because I actually don't know the answer to that. That's madness. Let's find it together. Yeah, maybe don't show your search history, George. Maybe I should just not have that on this computer. I need to get more professional at this. Is there anything bad there? No, not really. Just tube strikes, wall bottle. When is the 10th planet set? Oxford power plant explosion. So, the runaway bride. And the runaway bride, Doctor Who. Lance wasn't his name, wasn't it? That was his name. He was wearing a burgundy tie. It's sort of like it's like a burgundy colour. So I'm going to press burgundy. I'm over 18. I agree to the BBC terms of use, and I have read the Doctor Donna-thon terms and conditions and privacy notice, and I submit. There we go. So, following the random draw on Thursday the 12th of October, someone from our team will be in touch if you've been successful. So keep a lookout for our email and good luck. If you haven't heard from us by Monday 16th of October 2023, you have not been successful. Oh dear. Well, I've just shown my reference number on the stream. That's great, isn't it? Nice one, George. Yeah. So that's the Doctor Donna-thon. Let's get away from my personal details. This is really good. It's really great. It's a nice little thing that they're doing. Obviously, it kind of gives a bit of leeway to, like, the whole thing about the airing dates. If it's airing on the Saturday the 4th, and there's 3 Saturdays after that in November, it's very likely that those will be the 3 Saturdays we get it. We're assuming it's going back to a Friday. We probably are getting it on a Friday. Saturday, sorry. Yeah. I love the text font they've done here. Much appreciate that. They're giving WHO Bulletin with this vibes. The sort of Photoshop text and 3Dify. Love it. I mean, that's literally the kind of thing I use for this week's top story. New music. It's the same thing I did with there. Do you reckon the 60th will be in cinemas? Probably not, because there's three of them. If it was one of them, then I'd say yeah. There's also like a new confidential thing happening. That's like the news as well. Coming to coming to BBC 3, Doctor Who Unleashed. So this is brand new. This is old news at this point. You've probably all seen this. There's nothing particularly special, but this is very exciting for Doctor Who fans. Growing up, the reason I'm kind of into filmmaking and into all that sort of stuff is because of Doctor Who Confidential, the behind-the-scenes show that used to air between Series 1 and Series 6 of Doctor Who, and it would be on BBC 3 immediately after the Doctor Who episode came out. We'd have a 20-minute, half-an-hour episode on BBC 3, basically talking about the behind-the-scenes of the episode. A brilliant idea, so much content, more content that we get now, and we're in an online age, so I don't know how the hell that works. So it's great to see that Russell's been pushing for Doctor Who Unleashed, a brand new presented behind-the-scenes show, all areas, access all areas kind of show. I'm not a big fan of the logo. I think it's a bit, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm very excited about this, and I think it's just a complete understanding of exactly what Doctor Who Confidential meant to people. It's not just about seeing behind-the-scenes content. It's about inspiring a generation of people to work in the TV industry and into film. Look how many Doctor Who people are obsessed with filmmaking and TV and, you know, acting because of Doctor Who. Maybe just don't have your WhatsApp notifications on, George. Maybe just don't do that. Oh, it's a shambles today. It really is. So Doctor Who Unleashed has been announced. Very exciting. What do you guys think of this? I'm loving it. I think it's a great idea. Super excited about it. And it's just great to have more Doctor Who content. Obviously, it's going to be on TV again. Yeah, very, very exciting stuff. And then the other thing, which of course we all want to talk about, is the music. So Doctor Who had a sort of 60th anniversary music concert celebration thing very, very recently. Last Thursday, I believe it was. It sounded amazing. I didn't get a ticket to go, unfortunately. I did sign up to hopefully... Oh, Joel, don't text me on WhatsApp when I'm sharing my screen, you dick. Fuck asshole. So yeah, the concert sounded amazing. It looked really good. It was one of those random draw things. You all sign up, you all see what happens, whether you get in, whether you don't. I didn't. I didn't get a ticket, which is unfortunate because I would love to have talked on this stream about how, about the event, about how good it was. For those interested, though, I did actually put together... I saw someone had tweeted out basically what was essentially a track list. And I have... I'm just going to check that I'm not sharing anything else on this screen that isn't allowed. That's fine. Just checking everything's fine here before I share it. I did make a track list here on Spotify, which I can put in the chat for you guys to listen to. It's just stuff that's already there. It's not really anything special, but it kind of gives a bit of a taster as to the running order of the night. The only thing that's obviously missing from there is anything... Joel, for fuck's sake, man. Like, that's just very funny, isn't it? Nice. Mute chat for 1 week. Bye. Joel James Felix, everyone. So this is the running order, basically. A very cool mix of stuff. Interesting to go from I Am the Doctor to Missy's theme, and then all the strange creatures and all that sort of stuff. But it's a good mix of stuff, and obviously there's some new music in there, which we'll talk about in just a minute, but the majority is this running order. So if you want to have a look at this playlist, you're more than welcome to. It's not really anything... Oh, there's a snippet on Reddit? Have you got a link? Because I would like to listen to that, potentially. I don't know. Don't know about that one. Yeah, send it. But there were apparently Flux tracks and everything as well, which is really nice. It's one of those things when Murray Gold's coming back, and Murray Gold used to do the music for the show. It's very easy to overlook Sega Nakanola, but it's really nice that he got to have quite a few tracks in there. Sonic Screwdriver, the James Bond Doctor one, I believe, from Spyfall, the Fam theme, as you'll call it, the My Fam, the General Fam theme. You've got the Spy Master theme, which is one of Segon's best tracks, incredible. The Death Squad is a little bit of like an interesting one that I just kind of, because it was like the Dalek theme from like Resolution, like that upbeat one, but I didn't want to post the 10-minute track from Resolution, so I just put the Death Squad one in there. It's basically the same theme. Dancing Across Time and Space is the main Flux theme, basically, just with 8 minutes of ambient noises around it. And The Ultimate Betrayal, can't remember which one that is, but it's quite good. And I Love You, Nani, of course, one of the key ones there. From Series 11, everyone's taking a piss out of the whole Yaz's Nan thing, which is quite funny. Good callback, good reference. And then obviously Jodie's Regeneration theme, followed by Capaldi's Regeneration theme, The Shepherd's Boy, and then the brand new Doctor Who theme, which isn't this one that's here. But yeah, that's the other news, is that Murray Gold's 3 new tracks were played at this concert celebration. So I'm very, very jealous that I didn't get to hear this. But there are recreations. So what were played, I believe, were... oh, Christ, hang on, what were the names of it again? I had this prepared and I completely forgot. Streaming football now is basically what I'm doing. So there was the 15th Doctor's theme, which I think was just called 15th or 15, and then there was, I think, was it The Life of Sunday or something like that, which is Ruby Sunday's theme, the new companion, and then the brand new main title theme for Doctor Who, which has been described as a bit of a mix of things. Yeah. Did we have I'm not going to play it on stream because I don't want to play leaks and stuff, but if there is a link to something, I would be interested to hear it so I can at least describe it on stream. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to share that, and I'd just be happy to give a description. I don't really particularly care about music spoilers. I'm just interested to hear any new music. Talking of which, I will play something which I've got permission to share with you guys, which is incredible. So it's from a Twitter user called @tryingmaybe, who basically took one of the descriptions. So one of the descriptions of the theme was the 15th Doctor's theme is bombastic, featuring a lot of brass fanfare and transitions into a killer heroic hook. That sounded evocative of I Am the Doctor. So someone called @tryingmaybe created this theme, which I'll play for you right now. And I'm very excited about it because I think it sounds amazing. But obviously, this might be nothing like the actual one, but it's a sort of recreation kind of mock-up. But as a quick mock-up, as a fan-made mock-up thing, it's really good. So let's listen to it. It's 1:27, so I'll play that through, and then we'll talk about it just after. Hang on. So that was beautiful. I will share the... Oh, it's playing again. I will share the tweet in the chat to obviously promote the hell out of this phenomenal composer who's put together a really great mock-up. It might be nothing like the real 15th Doctor's theme, but, you know, it's taking vague descriptions and trying to emulate a style, and I think it's brilliant. So huge thank you to them for letting me play this on stream. So yeah, go and check them out. Go and drop them a follow. Go and like the tweet. Go and share the tweet. Get that music out there, because, you know, it's always good to support independent artists, whether that be musicians, composers, whether that be digital artists, whether that be real, like, physical, real-life artists, whether that be anything. Always good to support independent talent. So yes, go and support that tweet. Get it out there a little bit. Be a bit fair. That's the only sort of sample kind of thing we've got, but it's excellent. It really is. I was super impressed when I heard that. I was like, wow. Now, it might be nothing like the actual theme, sure, but it's a good taster, and it's super exciting, and yeah, I'm completely down for that. trying to work out what else we've got. Yeah, so most of the music stuff was... so you're asking here, were people given tickets? Was it random? I think it was just random, which is unfortunate. But I think they also did a weird thing, which I have to say I'm not particularly keen on from the BBC's point of view, is I think they gave away more tickets than they were going to sell. In terms of like seat numbers. So let's say, for example, there's 50 seats, they give away 100 tickets, which is very strange. Apparently the reason they did that is so that they wouldn't have an empty seat in the house, but the problem means that you might get a ticket, but you might not necessarily be able to attend. So you get that, but then you also hear of people appearing on the doorstep and then just being let in anyway. So it's a very weird mix of conflicting points. Now, obviously nothing went wrong. There wasn't anyone who didn't have a seat. There wasn't anyone who got a ticket who wasn't able to go in. So it certainly seems like everything worked out perfectly fine, but I wasn't particularly keen on that. But anyway, you've got like a good amount of thing that it's a completely random giveaway, and I think that's definitely for the best. Obviously, as a content creator, I love to get myself out there and love to try and get to these sort of things, and I've had my fair share of fantastic, lucky experiences over the last few years, so it's definitely someone else's turn to have a try. I'd love to be there, but I love the fact that they're doing it completely random, because it sort of removes that staggered... like fake hierarchy that the Doctor Who community seems to build upon itself. I make videos on the internet and I have a few thousand subscribers and, like 30 active people who watch live streams every week, but doesn't mean I'm any better or any more valid or any more, of a priority to go to these things. Absolutely not. I deserve it as much as anyone would. So, yeah. Very jealous, very, very jealous, but I'm really glad they're just giving it to complete random. They're not like giving it away to a few people and then bringing in loads of like influencers and YouTubers and all that sort of thing, because it just seems a bit unfair at that point, and I actually prefer them giving it out randomly, just to support the fans. Whoever wants it can apply and they'll get a chance to go. So yeah, incredibly jealous, but I'm super glad that's the way they did it, opposed to just giving it out to loads of specific people with just a bit of a following. Yeah. Hi from Texas, USA. Really enjoying the Hue music sampled here on your stream today. Thanks. Well, you're very welcome, April. Thank you for watching, and yeah, much appreciate you tuning in. Really exciting to sort of see that piece of music. As I say, I'm really excited to see the official music. So I think this concert is going to be coming out, I believe, in about couple weeks from now. So I'm not particularly sure exactly when it is. So let me just check that. Just so I got the right information there. So it'll be coming out on BBC Radio 2, I believe, on Sunday the 15th of October. So it's going to be broadcast on there. I'm sure someone will film it. I'm sure someone will record it and all that sort of thing. But the way they're talking about it is that on Sunday, the 15th of October, we will actually be able to listen to the brand new themes. They're not going to hide them. We're going to be able to hear the 15th Doctor's main theme. We're going to be hearing Ruby Sunday's new theme, and we're going to be hearing the brand new Doctor Who theme, or at least the version that is being played by an orchestra. So I'm very, very excited about that. I don't know if any of the music's been leaked. I'm all for people sort of talking about it and privately sharing links and all that sort of thing. One thing I'll not be doing is broadcasting any leaks on this stream. This is completely leak-free. I don't like them, and I don't like doing that. In my own time, I'd happily listen to it and give a description on the stream of what I've heard and how it comes across. But I would rather not promote leaks on stream, like on the actual screen. I've had my fair share of doing that. There's a lot of hard work that goes into Doctor Who behind the scenes, and it would be unfair for me to advertise that and just kind of ruin that on a platform, whether it be one person watching or whether it be 40 or whether it be 500. It doesn't matter. So I don't think it has leaked, actually. So, yeah. Oh my god, yeah, I just realised that. Yeah, Sunday the 15th of October. That's really clever. That's really clever. Well done. Good for them. And apparently, Series 15 has begun filming. Or at least pickups have began filming. Shooty's been seen on set by the looks of it, with a kilt and a yellow top. Interesting. Very cool. Very, very cool. Love to see that. I'm very excited about that. I love that they're filming stuff back to back as well. They're filming like Doctor Who. They filmed Doctor Who Series 14 already, and they're starting to film Series 15, or at least starting the preparation to film Series 15. I believe they were always aiming to film, or at least begin filming, Series 15 in October this year, so on the 3rd of October it's nice to see them on set, potentially filming again, whether that be for pickups or whether that be for a new series, I'm not sure, but given that Shooty is back and here and on set, would lead me to believe they're filming a new series, which is super exciting. Russell also mentioned at the music event, I think jokingly mentioned about doing like a... I mean, he was talking about how good Murray Gold's music is and how it's the heart of Doctor Who, and it really gets to the core of it, and how you can have a music without any dialogue and just music and it would work beautifully. And he jokingly said, I might do that for Series 4, which is immediately interesting because that implies that he's thinking of staying for that long. When Russell was announced to be coming back, it was always said that he would do the 3 specials or whatever the 60th celebrations are, and then 1 series after. We already know he's doing 2 because they're filming the 2nd series already. And then he's joked there about doing something for the 4th series, which whenever a new production crew starts over, in production terms, they start at 1 again. So Series 5 of Doctor Who, the production of Series 5 of Doctor Who was Series 1. For them, not in terms of the fans' perspective or how it's actually been released. It was always Series 5, but like when they're filming it, it's Series 1 because it's the first under that new production team. And it'll be the same thing here. Shooty's first series, in production terms, will be Series 1 of this era of Doctor Who, and then Series 2, Series 3, Series 4. So if Russell's talking about Series 4, he's talking about Series 17 of Doctor Who that he might be writing. We did it. We won. We're back. I fucking love it. Yeah, it's very, very exciting. And there's a lot of talk as well of Moffat returning, not as a showrunner, but as just a guest writer, which I actually would like to see. I don't think I'd like to see Moffat ever return to the showrunner position. I think if anyone's going to do it, it would have to be Russell, and he's coming back and it's brilliant. And I genuinely think it's a good choice. Now that we're seeing how everything's coming out, we've got the concert, we've got this watch-along event in the cinema in London, we've got like 3 60th specials, a Christmas special coming this year, full series of 8 episodes next year, and then Series 14's already wrapped filming before we've even seen the specials that come the year before it. Like, it's so good that we've got so far ahead already. Like, the one thing Doctor Who always struggled with was having time to shoot everything, I'm not blaming Jodie's era because it happened with Moffat's as well, but the gaps between series ended up getting longer. It used to be a sort of year, and then it became a year and a half. Especially towards the end of Jodie's era, it became quite difficult because obviously the episode length reduced as well. We waited a year and a half for Flux, and it was only 6 episodes, basically. They announced it would be 8 episodes, and it ended up being 6 plus 2 specials, and then a longer special for the centenary. But at the time, it was sort of assumed that it would be an 8-episode series, which was already a downgrade from 10 from the season previous. And now we're getting, I think it's still 8-episode series. I think they're still sticking to that number, hence why they're able to get it done so quickly. But it's amazing to see how far ahead they're getting. So to know that probably by this time next year, there will likely have been another 11 episodes of Doctor Who aired is so cool. Like, so cool that we're going to get like a full series, 3 specials, or 4 specials if you include the Christmas one. It's just great. It's just great. Yeah. So I'm excited, and I think I think Russell is the man for the job, 100%. We've seen it before. He's not only a fantastic writer, but and yeah, let's just say it there. For me, he's not just a fantastic writer. He's just a fantastic writer in general, and a writer who evolves and changes with the times. He absolutely is. He's a writer that I think in his era of Doctor Who ran out of steam a little bit. His intention was to always bring Doctor Who back, and he kept it running until the point where he thought he wanted to leave and do other things because he'd done enough of Doctor Who and he's happy with that. And he's done some fantastic television since. Some of his shows have been fantastic since, and I've been super excited by that. So for him to want to return to Doctor Who, you kind of feel that there's a reason for that. There's got to be an understanding as to why he's coming back to Doctor Who, and why in his career he'd choose to do that. And I think it's because he loves the show, and not just staying for a series to kind of bump it back up again. It kind of feels like he's here to stay now. If he's here for 3 specials and 4 series, that's pretty much almost as long as he was here for David Tennant and Chris Eccleston's era. So if he stays beyond that, then amazing. I know, it feels weird to even think that far ahead. We go 4 series back from here, and we're looking at just after Series 9, Capaldi's era. Got 1 more to go in his era. So to think of the next 4 seasons ahead is so exciting, and to kind of have that secured is really exciting. Doctor Who's in a good place. I'm really happy with it, and I love where the show's at. I love, I don't know, I just feel very good about it, it feels like a good time. So yeah. Oh, you got to meet David. I was at the 60th filming. I watched a bit of it. I didn't see David Tennant, though, which is really unfortunate. It's the one person I wanted to see. I was there in the morning in Camden, and I noticed the filming, and I saw it, and I thought, yeah, okay. But they hadn't fully started yet. So I thought, we're not going to see anything. I'll go home. And then after I went home, they opened it back up, so I went back out again to see what I could find. And it was amazing. It was really, really cool. Yeah, it's super exciting. And I just love as well that in terms of production, we're not waiting too long, because Series 14 is already done. We've got the next 11 episodes, potentially, of Doctor Who wrapped filming. And, it's good. We've had, a long gap. We've had, an over a year-long gap here. Was it a year and a half between some series? It feels like it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, it was a bit of a year and a half. So it's not even that long, but obviously between, specials. So, Power of the Doctor was already, quite a while after the last big series. So it's been a while, but I think even having a year between Power of the Doctor and the Star Beast, I think it's needed. I think you need to have that separation between eras, so that when you bring it back, it feels like, right, Doctor Who is back on our screens again. It's a big thing. And to think they've managed to use that to their advantage by filming so far ahead that actually we're pretty much sorted for the next few years now. So if something did go wrong, then, it goes, we've still got series pretty much filmed ahead. It's just good. You feel that there's a comfortability about it. Some episodes of Doctor Who in the past were had their VFX finished pretty much the day of airing, whereas now it's the 60th specials have been comfortably sat waiting to be aired for months, but they're waiting for the time to do it because it's in stone, because it's the 60th anniversary, and I love that. And they'll be the same with Series 14. By the time we get to Christmas and shoot special, we're definitely going to get a full trailer by the end of that special, because it's not that far away. There's no way they're going to leave it to the end of 2024 for Shooty's first series. It's got to come back to March, April time. Has to do. Because they used to do that all the time. It was always the best time for Doctor Who, around Easter. And it's a no-brainer. The series is already filmed. And then by the time we see Series 14, Series 15 will have wrapped. And it'll be in post-production. And that's really, really exciting. I don't know what they're going to do with Series 16. That'll be the big question, whether there's a gap between that, because we knew they always planned to film Series 14 and 15 back-to-back almost. Because you can see, Shooty had a few months off there for summer, and then now he's back filming again. It's that was not a very long gap. He's probably going to want a bit of a longer gap before the next season, So I'm very excited for that. But the characters will probably feel a lot more consistent, because it'll be filmed so close together. There's not going to be a big cut-off. There were, with Matt Smith between Series 5 and 6, you felt there was a big change there. And between Series 6 and 7, right, there's a big change. And I quite like that, but here you feel it's just going to be a consistent thread through those first 2 series. So I'm very excited about that. I hope they're 8-hour-long episodes, instead of just the number decreasing. I think it probably will be about an hour, but then you never really know. It could just be around 45 minutes to 50 minutes. I hope it's about 50 minutes to an hour. That's just, if it's in that bracket, then I'm happy. If it goes back to 45, I'll be a little bit it's a shame. But it's not the end of the world. Doctor Who's always been that length. I'll just be excited to have Doctor Who back, really, and regular. I don't really mind the 8-episode format. That's a lot of the case with TV nowadays. You don't have many series now that are like 12 episodes long in a series. You have some, like Andor, but it feels like a long series because it's got a lot of episodes in it. Whereas I think with Doctor Who, actually, you can do 8 episodes and that'll be fine. You know, and it's like a nice little bullet. And I'd rather them have 8 episodes more frequently series than 12 episodes every 2 years. You know, that doesn't line up. If it's 8 episodes a year or 12 episodes every 2 years, I'll have 8 episodes a year. Easy. It's a no-brainer. With the Toymaker pretty much back for the special, it makes me wonder if they'll consider bringing back another classic character. Personally, I always want to see the return of the Valeyard. I don't think they're going to do the Valeyard. I just feel like they've had the chance and they just didn't do it, and I'm kind of glad. They just got to let that simmer, let it go a little bit. It was a product of the time, and it was a cool concept, but like, Big Finish have done like 101 things with it. Like, we don't need to see it done again. There wasn't too long between Series 4 specials and Series 5 since End of Time Part 2 aired January 1st, 2010. Yeah, that's very true, and that's what I'm hoping to see here, is that we get a Christmas special, and then like early next year we'll get a new series. It's funny to think how R2D is already probably writing or starting production for the 15th regeneration before his first episode is out. You never know, though. You never know. Ncuti will hopefully stay longer. I'd love him to. I'd really love him to. But then he has got a very bright future ahead of him. So maybe, 4, 5, 6 years of Doctor Who isn't really for him. But there's always been a 5-year rule, not a really series rule. It always ends up being about 3 series. Tennant did 3 series and a few specials. Matt Smith did 3 series. Capaldi did 3 series. Jodie did pretty much 3 series. Yeah, you can include the specials, but when you add the numbers up, it basically works out as 3 series. So Ncuti would be expected to probably do... I would hope Ncuti would either do 2 or 4. Hopefully 4. Because if they go over the whole 5-year rule thing, they're already getting 2 series filmed within a year here. Or a year and a half, maybe. That's a very quick turnaround. So I think to get 2 series done in that amount of time, if Ncuti's happy to keep going for another couple of years, we could probably get 4 series out of him. Easy. Also, what's interesting as well is that Ruby Sunday is going to be in the in series 16, which obviously isn't a big wow moment, but for Russell, that is, because Russell never had the same Doctor and companion for more than a series at a time. He had them come back and all that sort of thing, but as a main companion, we didn't see that until in New Who, until Moffat, until Series 6 with Amy Pond. Even then, there was a change in the dynamic because you had Rory there as well. And then Clara. Obviously, we had Clara for basically 2.5 series. But yeah, I reckon in a few minutes we'll probably move over to Twitch. I know we always do this, but this is the format now of these streams. As soon as this stream finishes, we'll be heading over to twitch.tv/GBSheard to play Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We did a bit of it last week. We didn't 100% finish it, and I kind of want to try and finish it this week. Do all the little challenges and all that sort of stuff. So feel free to ask all your questions here. And if I don't answer your questions here, you can come over to Twitch and you can ask the same questions there, and I'll answer them over there. Because we're going to be streaming for another probably couple hours anyway, just on a different website. So you can check it out. I'll drop the link in the chat. You can see that. You can head over there. Yada, yada, yada. Why do you think Doctor Who is so good? I think it's so good because it changes all the time. I think it's one of those ones that it never stops changing. If you don't like an era of the show, if you watch it and you're like, this isn't for me, in 5 years it might be. Doctor Who has always been the same, but different. It's always had the same structure, the same sort of monsters, the same sort of stories, but the style of the show is inherently different in every incarnation, and I love that. Jodie's era is for loads of people. It's also not for a lot of people. Tennant's era is exactly the same. Colin Baker, very divisive Doctor. William Hartnell. You can watch a black and white episode of Doctor Who from 60 years ago, and you can watch a modern day episode, and it's the same show. It's probably had been running for so long, but so little has changed, but a lot has changed. It's changed in terms of style, but the core never changes. The TARDIS, the Doctor, the Companion, the monsters. It's always the same core things that make it work, whilst everything else around it changes. The special effects, the direction, the writing, the stories, whatever. But the core is the same. The TARDIS, bigger on the inside, time machine. Travels through time and space. Into history, into past, into the future, into different worlds. The Doctor, a companion, and the famous monsters. And that core is always the same, where everything else changes. That's why I love it so much. People say, oh, I haven't watched it since Tennant, or I haven't watched it since Smith. It's fine, just jump on. Just jump on, because the era with Ncuti Gatwa might be really for you. You'll never know if you don't try it. I love it. I think that's why it's lasted so long, and that's why it's brilliant. Lonely Assassin, hello George, I used to watch your videos all the time. I think I might recognise your username actually, Lonely Assassin. Well, welcome back. We're not going to be here on YouTube very long, we're going to be heading over to Twitch very soon, so feel free to stick around, but nice to see your name here. Is Ruby till Series 16 being confirmed, or am I just hearing this? No, not Series 16. Series 15. They're filming Series 15 now, and I believe Ncuti and Millie are both back for that series. So, yeah, that's cool. Begging you host Doctor Who Confidential on the next showrunner. Hey, I'd love to. I haven't got the media training or the popularity quite yet to do something like that, but hey, I'm always looking for presenting work, so I'm always excited about that. I'm always happy to throw myself into the... I can't even speak, so probably not. Happy to throw my hat into the ring with anything like that. But yeah, no, I'm happy to be on YouTube. But yeah, if the BBC messaged me and were like, oh, we want you to do this, I'd be 100% down. Give me a BBC Sounds podcast any day. Come on, let's go. Anyway, yeah, we're coming to probably the end of this stream now. We've been going for about 50 minutes. So, we're going to be heading over to Twitch. Follow the link in chat. I'll put it in again for you, just to make it easy. As soon as this stream on here finishes, we'll be starting over on Twitch. It'll begin almost immediately. So you can go over there as soon as this finishes, jump in there. If there's questions that you feel haven't been answered by me today, head over there, drop them in the chat there, and we'll continue. It'll be exactly the same stream, but with a bit of different branding. So, yes, I hope to see you all there. Thank you again for watching this live stream. I hope to see you next week with another episode of The Who Bulletin. We will be here same time next week, Tuesdays at 7 PM. So be there or be triangle. See you hopefully soon. If you're not going to join us on Twitch, I'll see you next week. If you're not, come over on Twitch now. Come on, have some fun. Anyway,